Hello, welcome to the Introverts Talk To podcast. My name is Kirsten and I'm your host for this podcast, and here's another episode. How you doing? I am doing okay, I guess. I didn't really post last week, although I don't like really explaining why I didn't post the week prior because I feel like it's irrelevant at this point, but a lot of things have been going on. I've been doing a lot of things. I've been really busy. I had midterms. I had midterms the week before last week, so that was kind of like, a lot going on. I had like this 6-page essay due. It was like the longest essay. Honestly, that was the longest essay I had to write. I mean, I'm an art major, so, we're not writing essays all the time, but I had a 6-page essay due. Actually ended up being 8-page, and I was proud of myself. I honestly love writing more than I would write a 6-page paper over taking a math exam. Like, I hate math. I love writing. I honestly do. And it's not like one of those things like if a teacher announces like, oh, we have a writing assignment, we have a essay to write, I don't like get frustrated or anything. I kind of get excited. Like, okay, let's tackle this. Let's do this. Anyway, I was just doing a lot, okay? And that kind of is what I want to talk about today. Kind of just talking about some things that have been going on in my life that do relate to, I guess, the social aspect of things. Like, just, this is called Introverts Talk To, and I want to talk about some of the social aspects of my life right now that have, been changing, or things that have been going on that I kind of wouldn't mind mentioning. Let's have a conversation about it, Before we get into it, can I just say something? Naps. They're amazing. I don't think I take as many naps as I maybe used to, only because I feel like as an adult, you don't take naps. Naps are not an adult thing. I mean, I'm only 21, but anytime I feel like I want to take a nap, I feel like, ugh, Kirsten, you can't take a nap. You need to be working on something. You need to be doing something. Ugh, don't take a nap. Drink a Celsius, But honestly, naps are great. Naps are honestly, I just took an amazing nap, and I kind of woke up in a different world. I was like, wait, where am I? I thought it was another day. I don't know. I just took an amazing nap. Anyway, take your naps. A Celsius isn't going to cure everything, but, well, it may. I was also thinking about drinking a Celsius right now. I was like, I can't take a nap and drink a Celsius all in the same night. That's not going to happen. I'm never going to go to sleep. So anyway, let's talk about life, okay? So the first thing that I've done recently in the past 3 weeks is I started a new YouTube channel because, well, let me explain. I have a YouTube channel for my artwork where I post kind of some time lapses of me painting, and I talk about art, I talk about art content, I talk about art school, and sometimes I like to squeeze in little irrelevant things in there that aren't art related. One time someone did comment though, oh, I love this vlog. It was all art related. It didn't have to do with you eating. It was good. It was fine, which I appreciate comments that are nice, whatever. And I was like, thank you so much. But it got me thinking okay, I know I keep trying to squeeze these little irrelevant to art, I'll say, clips in my vlogs and my videos, and sometimes I feel like this doesn't really match the vibe, but I do like vlogging. I do like carrying my camera around and documenting little things, but sometimes it just doesn't fit into the video. And I don't want, if my audience that is watching my art videos is looking for art content, strictly art content, then they may be getting some of that and some of vlog content, and I don't really know if that's what I want to do, what I want to mix. So anyway, I decided to start another YouTube channel where it's just me, not related to art, and I was like, well, I guess this makes sense. I mean, I don't know what brought me to do that. I feel like I have a lot of things on my plate right now, and starting another YouTube channel and trying to be consistent with yet another YouTube channel probably may have not been the best idea, but I really want to focus on discipline. I'll have all of these amazing ideas and these good ideas and all of these projects that I want to work on, and when I get into it, I slack a little bit, and I hate that about myself. And the only reason I hate it is because I don't realize I'm slacking until after I've slacked, and it sucks because I'm just like, why did I just scroll through TikTok for 45 minutes when I could have been working on my website, I want to focus on discipline when it comes to things that I'm passionate about, like creating videos. And I love editing videos. I love I'm realizing that each time like I edit a video, I love editing videos. Like the recording process, that's fun. It's kind of difficult when you're, kind of socially anxious and vlogging in public, but the editing aspect of videos I've loved. I tried to teach myself how to use Premiere Pro, which is it's a lot, but I did that because I was trying to make my videos look a little bit more professional, and like color grading. If you don't know what all that stuff is, it's whatever. I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but I started a new YouTube channel because I wanted to document some other things in my life, like being an introvert in college. I want that perspective to be on YouTube as well. Like I say all the time, whenever you look up a college vlog, not every single time, so don't like come at me, but I'm saying most of the time when you look up a college vlog, I feel like it's like there's always this social aspect to it that kind of throws it off for me. Like there's someone that they hang out with all the time, or they love their roommates, or they like are experiencing a great, like they're going to games and like they have a bunch of people to go with, and I wanted to like do a quieter version of college, this other side of college that no one really talks about, like this more calm version of college where you're just going to class and you're doing your work in between classes, and you go to your next class and you might not have anyone to hang out with that day, but that's okay. And I wanted to do that, and you might say, well, that's kind of boring, but I wanted to edit it in a way that it made it interesting, and that's why I was trying to teach myself how to use Premiere Pro. But that's for pros, literally. It's very complicated. Anyway, I just think it's super important to see that aspect of college. So I decided to start that YouTube channel. The channel is called Hello, I'm Kirsten, and I'm kind of just like vlogging college life. There's only one video up right now, but anyway. But with that, I have to get more comfortable when it comes to vlogging in public, holding a camera and talking to a camera while walking through campus. It's something that I'm slowly getting over. Like last semester me would have never done that, or maybe I'll say last year me, because I was recording videos last year but never really posted, and last year me would have never done that. I would have been so self-conscious / anxious about people like staring at me / just like worried about how I look to other people. And I don't know, that thought in my mind kind of scared me out of doing what I actually wanted to do. And if anyone knows about like vlogging or trying to vlog, if you are someone that does YouTube or tries to do YouTube or is doing YouTube, maybe you're a shy vlogger, we all hate those clips. That is a potential good piece to a montage, but you're not holding the camera steady because you're worried about people staring at you. I don't know. Does anyone go through that? I don't know. I know a lot of people that be pulling out the cameras in their phone, for vlogs, but if you know what I mean, I feel like you know what I mean. I have to get more comfortable with that. I am slowly getting more comfortable with that. Today was actually a very good day. I went to class today and I recorded. I pulled my camera out. Actually, it was a little bit during class, but I don't like to pull my camera out during class because I kind of have a small classroom. It's not like a big lecture hall. My other one is, but the main first class that I go to is not really a vlog-in type class, it's just like 30 students and that's it, if that. Then I I was walking around campus looking for a place to kind of like chill and do some work, and I found a place but it was kind of in the center of everything. It was like a place where new potential students that are taking tours of the campus, they come through that area. So I had my camera propped up, right? And every 10 minutes you just see somebody walking through, or a big group of people just walking through the background. And of course in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, I look probably so narcissistic right now and crazy. She's recording herself right now? Is that what she's doing? But honestly, they could be thinking that, and also they may not even have peeped the camera, you know what I'm saying? They may not even have noticed. They may and it's just I don't know why my brain does that to myself, but I'm just they're staring at my camera right now. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm narcissistic, and that's their idea of me. But for one, I'm probably never going to see this person ever again in my life. Who cares, you know? Just do. And I know when I don't do it and I put my camera away because I'm afraid, I get very frustrated later. And I'm like, dang, that would have been a great little clip, you know? So I'm slowly getting more comfortable doing that. And I was actually very proud of myself today because I even talked to the camera while it was propped up in that area. And I did my little montage clips and I was happy at the end. And I even recorded some of myself in my lecture hall class, which I was actually pretty proud of. And I wasn't worried about the people sitting behind me. There weren't that many people sitting behind me, but there was maybe like a girl a few rows back that may have seen my camera recording myself. And if she questioned it, then that's, you know, she questioning it. But it's not that big a deal, honestly. So that's something. Getting over these little social fears when it comes to like my goals and the things that I want to do. And I was proud of myself afterwards. If you're somebody trying to like start a YouTube channel, which I think you totally should if you're interested in it, just do it. Why not? Why not? Just do it. Because there's no harm in trying. But if you are someone like that, just record. I know it's so hard. You're going to have to like mentally flip a switch off in your head that's telling you that like that everyone's staring at you and that you look crazy. You have to flip that switch off and just like do whatever it is that you're doing. Because if you don't, well, you're not going to probably do it. You're probably going to put your camera away and then you're going to walk away wishing that you recorded. But anyway, that's for content creators or anyone that's creating content. Moving on. I recently posted on my TikTok page that a video of my first day as a sub teacher. And that's something that also happened in the last, few weeks that kind of changed my schedule around. So it's kind of hard to like figure out when I was able to record. That was interesting. Very interesting. I did a middle school class, the same middle school class 3 days in a row, which was actually, it wasn't as bad as I expected. I thought it was going to be very, very, very difficult, but the students were actually very good. And it was like an 8th grade class. I feel like 8th grade is like starting to get a little bit more mature. So, and they're like the top of the middle school. So it's kind of, they I guess they know how to act a little bit more. Yes, they're students, they're kids. I mean, they're going to do things that are kind of frustrating and it's kind of hard to like kind of settle them down. But no one did anything that really had me questioning this new position that I had as a substitute teacher. And I was really proud of myself, for one. And I was really kind of shocked, I was also kind of nervous going in because when I picture a substitute teacher, you're standing at the front of the class, you're, giving a rundown of what the teacher left for them, you're introducing yourself, and these kids may or may not like you, and they may or may not take advantage of you, and you're not really sure. They don't know you from anything. You don't know them from anything. So it's kind of like an interesting interaction, I think. But I was kind of worried about how I'd be perceived by them. For one, I look like I'm 17 sometimes, and I feel like that could have caused this sort of opportunity or want for them to kind of take advantage of me or my kindness, because I look young. I look like, she don't got no rules. She's young. She whatever, like I thought that was gonna probably be the situation, but it was like totally, honestly, it was the very far opposite. It was a good experience. So I get into the class, I'm super nervous. I'm kind of practicing in my head how I'm going to introduce myself. And I'm like, okay, are they going to call me like Kirsten? Are they going to call me Miss Kirsten? I mean, obviously they're not going to call me Kirsten, but are they going to call me by my last name, my first name? Like, how is this going to happen? Like, what do I want to happen? And I'm like going over this in my head over and over, trying to figure out what the right answer is. Like, well, they should call you by your last name because you have authority in the classroom, and if they call you by your first name, then you're kind of letting go of that authority, and they might, take advantage of you because they don't see you as like authority, And I was like, I don't think there is a right answer. I mean, just do what makes you comfortable and move on from there, And that's what I did, and I honestly couldn't imagine someone calling me by my last name. Like, I'm not there yet, okay? I'm a substitute teacher. Please call me Miss Kirsten. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you very much. So I wrote that on the board, kind of gagged when I did because I'm like, ugh, I don't want anyone calling me this, but it is what it is. And I tell you what, they kept going, Miss Kirsten, Miss Kirsten, Miss Kirsten. And I'm like, ugh, I'd almost rather them just say Miss, you know? But anyway, so I wrote my name on the board, introduced myself, and I went over the things that their teacher left for them, and they basically did the work. Some of them didn't, but honestly, they weren't fighting. So I was like, y'all are good. Y'all are fine. Y'all can be on your phones. I don't mind, because honestly, I was just in high school. I understand what it's like to have a sub. I remember like it was yesterday, because honestly, it felt like yesterday. I remember what it's like to have a sub. I remember like being excited to have a sub. I remember all of that stuff. So I didn't want to be like too strict, but I also did want to set like some rules, I guess. All I said was, you can be on your phones. I don't mind if you talk. I don't mind where you sit. Just stay seated and don't be too loud. If it gets too loud, I'll let you know and quiet it back down. And honestly, I feel like substitute teaching in that setting where it was kind of like, hey, work with me and I'll work with you. It works sometimes. Maybe for older students. For the younger students, I did do a 6th grade one. Oh my gosh. 6th grade was a little bit, they're not like there yet. They're not in a space where it's like, respect me and I'll respect you. Like, they don't get that yet, and it's fine. I mean, they're young, I get it. But I think the older students are starting to get that a little bit more. It's like, work with me and I'll work with you and things will go fine, you know? And I was proud of myself for like kind of sticking with that mindset, because I know as someone who was recently a student, if I were a student now, I'd want to be treated like a human being, like I'm trusted and things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was a cool experience, and I was not like, I'm never going back there, because I've started jobs before where I'm like, I am never going back there, and it didn't last long. But this job, I was like, okay, not too bad at all. Something else that's happened recently was, I think I have made a potential friend. I have been hanging out with this girl. She's really nice. And we did a few things over the past few weeks, like going to grab food, going to coffee shops. And it seems very genuine and very, very nice. She's into the same things I'm into, like YouTubing, and she's in college and business stuff. Like, she's into like the same kind of things I'm into, which is very cool. I do enjoy the conversations that we have. I think it's really genuine and it's nice. We went to a hot pot place where, if you don't know, which I didn't really know until I got there, until we decided to hang out here. It's a place where it's like a Korean barbecue type vibe where you're making your food on your table. And it's so cool, in my opinion. I had such a blast doing this. Like, I don't know what it was, but I mean, obviously I know what it was. It's just this new thing, and it was really cool. You order your food, and they give you a bowl of soup of your choice, and they put it on your table on this hot, I guess, burner, kind of like, and it's boiling your what is it, broth, I guess? It's boiling your broth, and you start putting like all the food in it that you want. There's like this little belt that's holding all of the other extra food that you can add, like noodles, veggies, dumplings, and everything like that. Oh my gosh, so good. And I would just be adding these. I was adding these dumplings. I was adding these glass noodles. It was so good, and we were having some good conversation. She was also vlogging, and I was vlogging. And if you want to see that experience, actually, it is in my newest YouTube video on Hello, I'm Kirsten on YouTube. That was actually a really great experience, and I can't wait to go back. After that, we actually went to a boba shop, and I tried boba for the first time. I've never had bubble tea, boba, whatever it's called. I'm not really sure. But it's like the milk tea with the tapioca balls in it. Interesting. I did like it. I definitely did like it. The boba bubble tea, the tapioca balls, I don't know. Those were interesting. But I loved the milk tea part. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it. And it just got me thinking about, okay, it's been a while since I've hung out with somebody, and this is feeling very refreshing, and I'm really enjoying this. So that's something else that's happened, which is really cool and really chill. But something that comes with that is my social anxiety. You know, I have a bit of social anxiety, as you know. I talk about it all the time. And it's more like me overthinking, like, okay, what I said, was that weird? And this has been happening. This isn't just like, with this interaction. I mean, it actually doesn't really happen with this interaction much, with this particular person. It's very, like, a very genuine, like, chill, we have chill conversations. It's really cool. But in the past, I know I've definitely questioned, like, okay, what I'm saying, is it weird? Does this person think I'm weird for, like, what I'm saying? Is this making sense? What I mentioned, was it related to the conversation? And I question myself about every little thing that's coming out of my mouth, to a point where it's safer not to talk. It's safer to just keep my mouth shut and just, like, keep it moving. And I think that's just been the biggest hindrance when it came to, like, me making friends in recent years. I think it's just been really difficult for me to turn off that switch in my mind that's asking all of these questions. And lately, I just want to force that switch off. I really do. And it's because it's so frustrating when you feel like this is a very nice person, but why am I questioning myself so much so that I feel like I can't speak, or I feel like I can't crack a joke, or I feel like, it happens, or it used to happen way more often. It does happen now, but lately I've been trying to force that switch off. And if you are somebody that does deal with that, you know how difficult it is to consciously turn that off in your mind. It's hard. It's very, very difficult. But as someone who does want to make friends and wants to have someone that relates to me and that's doing the same things as me, and wants to have conversations, I need to turn that switch off. How do you do that? I'm not quite sure. I'm working on it myself. But when I find out, I'll let you know. But that all has to do with my confidence. I feel like I'm still working on my confidence in many different ways, especially, like, going back to recording in public. I mean, honestly, who cares, right? Like, who cares if you're recording in public? This is your hobby. This is something you like to do, and you should be confident about it. And that kind of goes into, like, what I said before in a few podcast episodes ago. Like, accept you're weird. Accept those things about yourself that other people might not be doing. They might not understand, but those are things that you like to do and you do enjoy and you get joy from. So you should just accept it and keep doing it, or start doing it if you haven't yet already. I'm trying to build my confidence in so many different areas. So many different areas. And this is also something that I realized in recent weeks. Literally just weeks. It's been weeks, and I'm like, I need to reevaluate this whole confidence thing, because I want to gain confidence in making decisions about my art business. And I tend to stall because I feel like I'm met with all of these questions about, like, okay, what do I want my business to look like? What am I going to be selling? How am I going to do this? I'm really talking about my art business. I know what I'm going to be selling, and who am I going to be selling to? What's my target audience? I'm met with all of these different questions that I really, honestly, I don't yet know the answer to. So I end up stalling. But really what I need to do is be confident in what I think is right, what I think I want my business to look like, how I want to promote it. I need to be confident in that and not worry about how people are going to judge me once I do it, That's one thing. Recording on YouTube, trying to, be consistent with that. Feeling like, I don't know, should I be putting all of this out on YouTube? Like, honestly, I'm not doing anything, like, crazy. I'm just, like, literally recording myself painting and putting it on YouTube, or recording my day at college and putting it on YouTube. And I'm like, well, should I be doing this? Should I make a whole new account just to record my college experience? Is that, like, necessary? Girl, just do it. Like, I have to, like, knock myself into, like, reality for a second, just be like, what are you thinking about right now? Who are you thinking about? Just do whatever it is that pops up in your mind and go with the flow. Just do it. Confidence. I need to have the confidence to tell myself that sometimes. And sometimes I forget. But I'm working on that. I also want to be more confident, by the way, with, like, clothing. Like, with style. I feel like in past years, I'll say, I've had no sense of, like, not like I've had no sense of style, but I haven't found my style, is what I'm saying. I know what I like. I know what I like to browse through, like, Pinterest, like their outfits that, is on Pinterest and stuff. I know what I like, and I would love to, like, try that on myself. And I love the aesthetic that I like, but I don't know, I never really got into it. Like, I never jumped into it. And I feel like I want to be able to be confident enough to try on an outfit that may not match. Like, the colors might not match, but you wear it in a way that's just like, you wear it with confidence, which makes it match. You know what I mean? Like, you could wear a green top with an orange pants, but it doesn't really match. But if you wear it with confidence, girl, it matches. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be more confident with stuff like that and more sure about those things. And I don't want to like ponder it to a point where like, and this is for everything. Like, I don't want to ponder over something to a point where I'm stalling and I never really reach a decision, you know? I don't know. Recent thoughts, recent things that have been going on in my mind. Rational things, rational thoughts, I don't know. But those are just some things that have been going on in my life. And I had fun talking about them. I needed to talk about them. I needed to get those thoughts out. That's all I think I have for today. If you want to follow me on my socials for this podcast, my Instagram is at introvertstalk2, and my TikTok and YouTube channel are both at introvertstalk2 podcast. So those are those. I have a lot of social media pages. I have like so many, some of which I don't use as much as others, but I'm, working on my social media presence because, whatever. The new YouTube channel that I created that kind of documents my college experiences so far is called Hello, I'm Kirsten. And I kind of like that name. I was kind of debating what I want to call that. Like, it was just Kirsten, but I didn't want to just call it Kirsten. I feel like that had no creativity to it. Hello, I'm Kirsten isn't like, that far from it, but I feel like it's more of like an introducing myself, and I like that. So Hello, I'm Kirsten is my new YouTube channel. If you have trouble finding it, you probably will, because I just created it, so there's not that many subscribers, literally not many at all. But I would love if you did subscribe if you were interested in seeing like another perspective of college. And yeah, that's basically all I have for you today. I'm done. I digress. Thank you for listening to this episode, and I hope to have you listening to the next one. All right, thanks again. Bye.